Well, it must be Wednesday, and here we are, another day at the Pink Link where we have powerful, innovative, next level conversations with a K. So come on and ride this train. Choo choo. Y'all know that song. Don't act like you don't. But anyhow, today I have with me this phenomenal Black artist. His name is, I'm going to let him introduce himself. Here we are with D Muse from how I know him. I am D Muse, but introduce yourself to the people.
Yeah, know what's going on. I'm Dontae Muse, more affectionately known as D Muse or Muse. I am an entrepreneur coach. I train visual artists in monetizing their creativity using proven systems and strategies. I'm also an award-winning fine art gallerist, specializing in art and artists from the diaspora. So our gallery is in New Brunswick, New Jersey. It's called Above Art Studios. Make sure you check it out.
Oh, wow. Okay. Love the name, Above Art Studios. So we're going to get into that. But first, when did you find art as your passion and, turn it into your business? So when did that start for you?
So in 2016, we opened the gallery. We'll actually be celebrating our 5-year anniversary in a few weeks. Yeah, right. Made it through, pandemic and all of that. And we ain't getting none of that PPP money. The scammers was fast, so
Wow.
But the order, so we made it through. As far as starting the gallery, yeah, I didn't intentionally set out to start an art gallery. So amongst many things that I've done in my background, event planning, like nightclub management, party promoting, all of that. Actually threw my first pay party when I was 11 years old, when we moved out the projects into a house literally down the street, let me have a party in the basement. It's over 100 kids, I charge everybody, $3 or $5, girls and guys, soda, water, all of that, so jumped out the gate as an entrepreneur pretty early, even though I went traditional route still because school was easy, I was intelligent. So people was like, oh, you should go to college, this, that, and the third, great experiences, but in hindsight, I probably could have did without it. Had a lot of real life experience, just didn't have the confidence, more so because I didn't have the examples, of entrepreneurship, around me. Like everybody had like good gigs, good, careers and stuff like that. And I was pushed towards that, which I understand, safety mentality, you want security, quote unquote. But the pandemic showed us a lot of that is an illusion. So I got tired of working for everybody else, basically. And I wanted to open up my own spot with me and my business partner who I own a gallery right now. We were looking to open up an event space, essentially. So we can control and do our own events. We don't have to pay people to rent their stuff. They're not controlling, everything we do. Anytime there was like a Black event at the venue, they want you to have all this extra security and they raising up prices on drinks and all types of stuff is going on that I'm not seeing going on with, other people. Just wanted to do my own thing. Now, what ended up happening was when we first got the idea, I was still in music. You can see the guitar behind me. I'm actually in my the music studio portion of my gallery, which is why it's called Above Art Studios, because it's actually an art studio and a music studio. But we're still in the music heavy at that time. I actually don't do anything with music now. It kind of just, it'll come out somewhere. But right now, I'm just focusing on the visual art. But I was working with an artist that I was managing, and he was doing some music with one of the Remy Boys, which is Fetty Wap's crew or whatever. So we were going to do a music video, and I just wanted something fly. I wanted some, custom sneakers. I'm gonna be in this thing. So I went to one of my brothers who's an artist, and asked him to hook up some sneakers for me. So I brought him some sneakers. He customized the sneakers. During that process, he mentioned that he was looking to open an art gallery. And I'm like, oh, well, me and, what we call him Will. I mean, we call him Bars, but his name is Will, my partner. I'm like, me and Bars are looking to, open up our own space anyway. How about we combine and, we do something together? So that's where the art gallery came into to play from that. That's where the idea came in. So I'm like, all right, no problem. We can definitely still have an art gallery and do everything that we wanted to do, And then when we started going through the process, the artist bailed. He decided he wanted to open, an art studio versus the art gallery. It's definitely a huge difference. And like he wanted to, have murals on the walls, all type of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not that's not, what we going for over here with our aesthetic and everything. So, we just decided to go separate ways. But at that point I had already, made promises, shook hands, kissed babies, all of that. So it was like, I'm a man of my word. I got to go ahead and do what I wanted to do. So at that point I had to dive into the world of visual art. I visited, I think it was like 12 or 13 galleries in like almost as many days. Being a studious, and I actually found like my first mentor during the process, because North Arts Festival happened to be going on during, that time.
I want you to take me back to you getting to this mindset of, going into this business deal to open this art gallery from being the kid, that had the party, but then, you shifted into the normal, everyday living work, 9 to 5. Where did I can do this come from for you to know that you can, go forth into your entrepreneur settings?
Well, I never had a problem generating money whenever I decided, I wanted to. So, managing it was a whole nother beast. But, as far as just getting it, I have a goal and I need to get this amount so I can make something happen. I can do that. So I always noticed that it was more of just frustration, really, and just tired of other people having the control over, my life and my time. I'd rather use my time how I see fit and be able to choose what I do and what I don't. And I guess essentially you choose to stay at a job, so that is your choice. But if I want to choose not to do anything today, that needs to be cool too. Like nobody needs to be calling me and, asking me questions about, where I'm at. Like, yeah, exactly. Like that. Mind your business. I'm doing what I do. You see me when you see me.
That's all. That's mine.
I couldn't go back. But because I've had, a bunch of bouts and stuff where I've made, outside money from, my traditional jobs that I've had, I had all the confidence that I could do it. I just knew I had to, do it more frequently, more consistently. Like when I first got in here, I had to downsize. I had a 18-month-old BMW GT, big joint. I had brand new. I had to downsize, get out of that, go into something, smaller pre-owned where I didn't have payment. I had to make sacrifices and everything as well. So I knew I had the will, so there was a way.
Right. And you're so true. Sacrifices, continue to put you where you're going and on that path. So you said Above Art Studios, and that you all also feature music or something of that nature. Could you elaborate more on that for me?
Yeah. So as far as, recording, the engineering, the mastering, anything like that, like our music studio is not open to public. But as far as the art studio, we do incorporate pretty much all forms of art. Our slogan is actually like on like a part of a drop ceiling when you walk in, but it says art and all the above. So we do live music events. We do spoken word, of course, we do art classes for kids and adults. We do paint and sips, which is a whole business within itself. we do wine tastings. Particularly, we do Black wine tastings, highlighting, winemakers, of the diaspora. We have game and karaoke nights. Like we do whatever, whatever entertains me, whatever I decide I want, I just make
Provide.
it. Yeah, that is like, oh, I want to see this. Okay, I create it. That's it. So
Wow.
I
I love it because it gives you that, ability to broaden and not stay in a box of just being, one thing, but, come together for that one thing, but also, incorporate other things such as the classes and the music and the vibes. And not just a good vibe, people love a good vibe, period. So that's very interesting. Good to know. So, the art studio is in Brunswick, you said. New Jersey area. Okay, phenomenal. Another thing you mentioned was that you mention this, but I know you from this, that you actually coach other artists to, monetary their art, which is amazing. Like, give us that.
Yeah. So as far as my artist coaching and consultancy, so I operate as the IMD Muse, and you can check me out at imdmuse.com. So artists, even ones that are like quote unquote traditionally trained, even if somebody's going all the way through, an MFA, a Master's of Fine Arts program, typically comes out and they know a lot about art. They know a lot about art history, techniques. They don't know art business. They don't know business, period, anyway. They don't know how to brand themselves. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to, create opportunities, proper collaboration. Like, they don't know the business, and that's going to help them sustain. So a lot of them come out and just, you spend all this money on this degree, and then, now you're just teaching, which is cool. You definitely want to teach and pass on that knowledge, but your passion might be more in the production, but you're not doing that because you can't figure out how to sustain yourself. There's a lot of people that would be full-time artists had they not been told you can't make a living as a full-time artist. There's no money in art, there's no stability. Like, you got to get a real job, quote unquote. Like, if people weren't told all of this, then they would pursue their passion, which is tied in with their gifts. Not everybody has the gift of, artistry. So the ones that do are meant to give that gift, to others. And a lot more people would do it if they could sustain themselves while doing it. So in order to put more art in the world, we got to free up more artists. And we got to put money in their pocket to do that, so they don't have to go get real jobs. So, we could be blessed with more beauty. So that's the mission. And I teach them, using systems, using strategies. It's no guesswork, what I mean? It's not rocket science. It's just providing them with the information that they don't currently have, so they can sustain themselves as artists.
Wow, I love it. And so, with this, how do they, they go to your website or just follow you on Instagram to be able to do things to get started on that path?
Yeah, they can go to workwithdmuse.com. It'll actually give them an exclusive training, but I teach no charge. And then it'll allow them to book a strategy call with me. And at that point, we can figure out, whether or not we can be a good fit for each other, whether or not I can help them. If I can, I more certainly will offer my services. If I can't, then, I'll give them what I can and direct them, somewhere else. So it has to be beneficial for both of us. I don't want either one of us to be, frustrated in the process. So that's another thing about being a boss. I get to work with who I want to work with, and not work with those that are less desirable. I like to have fun. So, if we're not gonna have fun together, then, I'm a little down. I went to bed late, and, I only had about 5.5 hours of sleep. But I'm usually a little more jovial though.
Well, I can't even tell. Like, doing great. So, I love that when you said you like to work with, you know, who you like to work with, because, you know, as a myself, you want people who are ready to commit. It's more about, you know, the money. You know, I want you not only to invest in yourself, but, you know, invest the time as well, not just monetary. You got to be willing to, you know, do this thing and let's get some results. So I feel you where you're coming from with that. Another thing I wanted to mention was something that was there. I don't know why it went out the window, but oh Lord, it was something else I was gonna say. And it just left me completely. I'm gonna have to like let it go now. But anyhow, once again, I think and you know, sharing your time and expertise with the Pink Link audience. And, you know, I just love what you do. I love the Black artistry thing. Like, it's just phenomenal. And I know you have an event coming up as well. You know, would you like to share that with the audience? Maybe that's what it was.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what it was. I definitely would have, but I think we're making we're getting a couple of sponsors involved, so we're making a few adjustments. So I have to hold off on any announcements right this moment. But yeah, I definitely will as soon as I can, though. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
but I follow you.
But yeah, we're gonna be doing a couple of galas.
Oh wow, amazing, amazing. Well, what would you like to say to that artist or that entrepreneur, you know, that want to, you know, start their, you know, their art career or just any, you know, entrepreneurship venture? What would you say to that person?
I would say a few things. I would say always check the price tag last. Decide what you want. Don't worry about what it's going to cost you. You know, this is literally and metaphorically. Don't worry about what it's going to cost you. Decide what you want. Then you look at the price tag. Then you figure out what you got to do to get it. Often people shop looking at the price tag first, get discouraged, and then not even go after it because they weren't even convinced that that was what they want, first of all. So if you decide, you know, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, whatever it is you want to do, even if you want to be the best employee in a company, that's great as well. Once you make that decision, things start to happen towards, you know, universe conspires to make that happen. So make the decision, then figure out what you have to do, because that's actually what you want. You wanted that coat before you realized it was a $2,000 coat. Now I don't really want that. No, you wanted that coat.
Yes.
Yeah, don't shop by the price tag. You want that coat. All right, cool. Now figure out how to go and get that. So look at the price tag last. That's what I would say. You know, off the top of anybody that's looking to get into something, like, just make your mind, make the choice, the actual choice that this is what you want to do. And I promise you, the universe will start giving you inspired moves to take. You know, all of a sudden you'll just get an instant call somebody, or to open something, or look at something, watch something, you know, somebody to come across your path that might say a little something that might even just keep you from quitting that day, which is awesome, because then the next day might be, you know, something blow up or opportunity to come. But had you the day before, you know, got there, you know. So just make that choice first and foremost. I didn't know how I was going to open the gallery, but as soon as I decided that's what I wanted to do, things started happening, like, you know, politically, you know, like zoning things, like all types of stuff started happening. So where it was evident that I was supposed to do this, because obstacles were actually being moved out of my way. And it didn't happen until I had a definiteness of purpose, deciding what I wanted to do, deciding I want that coat, I'm gonna go get it. I don't, you know, whatever it costs, I'm gonna get that. And it was probably a lot easier than it should have been once I made that choice. So that's would be my advice. Look at the price tag last.
I so love that. I mean, and I teach my kids like abundance mindset, and that's what you're kind of like backfires. But I mean, what you just said, That was phenomenal. And I would just like to add to that, what you want wants you to. So once you start getting in alignment and intentional about what it is that you want, you will start receiving what it is that you want. As the good brother just said here. So yes, take that thing, write it down, note it, whatever, quote D Muse, but yes, apply it to your life starting today. So once again, thank you once again. It was definitely been a pleasure hosting you, inviting you on and you coming on, sharing your time with myself and my audience and blessing us, with your artistry and your hymns. So follow him. He's going to tell you all one more time where to reach him at.
Yeah, make sure you follow me, on the gram at I am D Muse. That's first initial, last name, DMUSE, I am D Muse on the gram. You can go to the website as well, imdmuse.com. If you're looking to, increase your income as an artist, if you're looking to, figure out how to get in the galleries, talk to museum directors, anything in the art world, minus the auction houses, I'm more than familiar with. You can go to workwithdmuse.com to get that exclusive training and book a strategy call. And hopefully we can work together with some room in the schedule. So, I am D Muse, and, check me out everywhere.
Okay, thank you once again. And okay, let me end this and let you can support the pink link at, the pink link on all platforms, Marquita Villano, IG, also YouTube. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video and drop some, drop your own words of encouragement, or, just drop some, gems for us, or just put your insights on what you thought about this episode today. And once again, have a great day. I'm trying to stop the recording.